Coming up next on BBC Two, it's the BradWOTO stream. But first, it's time for What's in the Lunchbox?
Cool, nothing's working. What about this button? Hey! What about this one? Nothing? Cool, need some new... I want some new face. Hey, we want some new software. Hey, we want some down, nuts on Yoche, yeah, nuts on Hanji, yeah. Yes, I want a new computer. I don't want a new computer, the computer's fine. I want to know why this doesn't ever work. And I don't care about today. I only care about this stuff not working on a Tuesday. How about we just listen to this? Okay, fuck, I thought it wasn't gonna work. Sodom. Sodom. What's in the lunchbox? There's no chihuahua? Where did it go? Chihuahua. Where'd you go, my friend? What do you think is in the lunchbox? Not this one, Bradley. Not fine. What's in the box? Fuck, man. Oh, it's going to be a good day. Here we go. What do we got? A street organ. You never really get to see me do this, so... You might think, oh, maybe it isn't Brad typing it in. It is, look. Wow, bag of crisps.
Or we can't see your hands, so maybe it's not.
A bomb now. The street organ version of this is by far supreme. It is by far the most supreme version of the song, you know.
A cheery way.
A dog treat, a classic. The missing Spider-Man viewers. If they don't show up tomorrow, I'm gonna fucking kill Greg. I'm gonna kill him. Korean.
Chicken.
Or a Kinder's egg. Wow, you guys are so foreign, dude. This is amazing. Where are you from, Max? No, we want... Which one do we want? This one. Fuck. D&D days is so confusing. I need to make a new... I'm gonna make a new... I really need to just make a new profile for D&D, don't I? Golden Saucer Street Organ Edition, please. Where's my guy? Oh, what's his name? It's Kojima or something, isn't it? Looks like a completely different video. Oh, it's when he had the little one. The missing Spider-Man viewers who are going to show up Nurofen joint and back pain relief. Max strength 10% gel. Ibuprofen. He's fucked his knee up. Yay! Woohoo! Woo! Yay! Yay! It's a round of applause. Everyone, he's fucked his knee up so badly. Can't walk. Ooh! Can't walk. Yeah! Hell yeah! Can't walk around hobbling. Hobbling about. This is the music I hobble about to. Fuck my knee up so badly. Do you know who actually fucked my knee up? Maya! Hey, round of applause. Can we get a round of applause for Maya? Everyone type Maya in the chat room until he shows up. Hey, everyone type Maya in the chat room until he shows up. You know what? We're going to keep playing it. That motherfucker fucked my knee up. And you might be thinking, how did Maya do that? How did he do it? Were you involved in a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament with Maya? Did you face him in single karate combat? Well, there's a reason Maya isn't showing up in the chat room, by the way. And that's because I did face him in single combat and he lost, but he fucked my knee up in the process. He fucked my knee up in the process. Maya busted my knee. He busted my knee. Maya busted. Chibi says, here's some bread, thank you. Jay the Way crept in early. He always creeps in an hour early. It was yesterday, actually. It was a day early. That guy. Thanks for the resub. We went out yesterday, me and Maya. Someone else. Cobra Kai never dies. Literally, that was what happened to me between me and Maya. We were fighting in the streets of Camden. I gave him a right hook to his knee. It's too low down. You couldn't right hook anyone's knees. You're too high up. It's like when you see a giant. You know how giants move in slow mo. Quite literally fucked my leg up so badly yesterday. We went out yesterday, me and Liam and Maya. So I got up. I'll tell you what I did. Here's what he did. Here's what the genius did. Okay, so first of all, you should know I have had an injury on my knee since I was 14. I only vaguely know what it is, but I'm not sure, so I'm not going to type it. I'm not going to say it because you're going to type in the chat room and I just don't want to deal with your fucking shit today. It's just my knee is bad, okay? You don't need a specific thing. Shut up. Just go with the knee is bad and then move on, okay? Because we're not going into that shit today. I can't be bothered with it. Hey bro, we're about to play D&D with chat. Oh fuck, made a terrible mistake. I've had a bad knee since I was 14. Now generally it's almost completely functioning. You know, in RimWorld when it's like bad knee, 99% functioning, you know? 99% functioning for the most part. Very rarely do I actually suffer legitimate damage. Testicular knee syndrome. Well, then when I got older, I did boxing and kickboxing. And when I was doing kickboxing, I really injured it. So I just went too hard one day, kicked someone, destroyed my knee. Literally never did it again. Never went back. Ruined myself completely. So basically I have 2 injuries on one knee that generally do not affect my life at all. Every now and then my knee aches. Every now and then I'll step down one step on a flight of stairs and suddenly my knee will be like, what? And I go, what? And it goes, no, we're good. And that's it. The maximum amount that's ever happened. In the dead of winter, sometimes it aches and I can tell it's going to be a cold night. Oh, you can tell it's going to be cold in the dead of winter? Genius. I can tell when it's going to rain. I have that ability. It's pretty crazy how you get that ability when you have an injured knee. It's pretty cool. Okay, so you become a little wither vein. All right, Shadow, shut up. All right, Shadow, shut up. Shadow's like, play D&D. Spin the wheel. Shut up about your knee. Spin the wheel instead. So that's the lowdown on what my knee has been like my whole life. Every now and then I will sit awkwardly on it, or I'll like tuck, when you like sit cross-legged or something, or you sit in a strange angle and my knee will just be like, absolutely not, bruv, you're insane. The fact that we've allowed you to live this long with this knee and not just had you been in some sort of horrendous accident is crazy. And you're doing this, take it easy. My knee will do these little threatening moments. So I get up yesterday. Well, about 2 weeks ago, I did a workout where I was doing, and part of the workout was squats, right? So I was doing squats. In the middle of doing the squat part of the workout, my knee went, ouchie, 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 ouchie. And I went, ow, 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 ouchie, 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 right? And I sort of just left it, basically, for 24 hours. And then it was fine again. And then the next workout, I worked out predominantly using my right thigh. And then, ouchie, ouchie, ouchie was gone away. Yesterday, I wake up and I do another workout. And I do squats, and I'm doing squats, and they're all good. I do the entire workout. I hadn't done a workout for 2 days, and I was like, I'm going to go hard. I'm going to go hard on it. You know when you're just like, I'm not going to cut any corners. I'm going to do an extra rep here. I'm going to do an extra thing there. When you're just feeling it. So you're like, you got to make up. You got to make up for the day off. So I did a full workout on my legs. And then we went to London and walked 25k. How far did we walk, Maya? I mean, walked so far. It was unbelievable. Even Liam's in pain, and he genuinely works out 5 days a week. He does proper workout. I do baby boy workout. He does proper workout. My God. Maya has never walked in his life. He doesn't know what the fuck is going on. His legs have gone. They've been removed, surgically removed, because he destroyed them completely. And we walked so far. Anyway, we were walking around. By the end of it, me and Maya were complaining like children. I was about to plot the distance. Yeah, do it. Find out what it was. Because it was pretty rough. And the reason was that we were in central London. Me and Liam we looked at our train got cancelled, right? Now, there are other trains home, but we were like, we want to get on the good train. So we were like, we're going to get on this good train. It's going to be 2 hours. So me and Maya and Liam went on a pub crawl. Now, the pub crawl consisted of 2 pubs 1,000 miles apart. We went and got a steak. By the way, Maya, did you just come home and immediately message Orkish about the steak thing? The girl at the steakhouse? Why did he know at the moment? Like, I don't even know how you were home yet. How did you, what do you mean he DM'd you? He's such a psychopath. By the way, did he mention it on stream chat? Hey, what the fuck? I was like, well, how does he know this? How does he know this information about me? And Liam and Maya. He wasn't there, but it wasn't Liam. I was with Liam. So Maya is like, what the fuck is wrong with him? He's so weird, dude. What did he DM you? So we go and get a steak. We had a lovely, delicious steak. Maya fell in love. With a server. Maya fell in love with a server. You know, the classic that I love, that TikTok where it's the guy from Lego where it'll be like the girl at McDonald's who serves you at McDonald's, and then it cuts to the Lego scene where the guy's like falling in love and there's like sparkles in his eyes. That was Maya yesterday, being served by just a random person in London in a steakhouse. So Maya just wouldn't. He literally didn't say a word over dinner. He couldn't speak. He was so gobsmacked and in love. It was unbelievable. It was hilarious. And then we went to a pub, and then we walked for an abominable amount of time. And I mean, to be honest with you, I was just tired. Like, my legs were hurting from the workout. My thighs were hurting from the squats. And then I got home, and I from the train station, I went to Tesco and bought a bunch of food, and then walked home with all that food. And then I got in and remembered there's a chihuahua here, so I had to take the chihuahua out for a walk as well. So I got in, fucking went straight back outside, did another walk with a chihuahua, came in, sat down, sat on my leg in such a weird way, didn't move for an hour, stood up. The most brutal fucking pain shoots up my leg, and I go, oh no, oh my god, what have you done? And I'm like, please tell me this goes away. Please tell me this isn't it. At some point I need surgery on this knee. And I was like, not now. Not now. I'm not doing it now. I've got too much on. Fuck you. And so then I'm like, oh my god, I have to take the dog out for another walk last night. I take the dog outside and I cannot walk even up and down my own car park. I can't even walk up and down my own car park, which is all I'm doing. I walk until the dog pees a little bit and then I come back in. It's just a nighttime pee, you know. It's just take her outside so she can do a pee. I am struggling so badly to walk, and I'm like, oh Jesus Christ, what have I done? Now, you might be thinking to yourself, that doesn't sound like Maya's fault. Wrong. While we were walking, we did 5 miles. I'd say about 3 miles in, me and Maya started complaining like baby boys. Now, I started complaining because I'd already done a big man workout that day, because I'm a big man doing big man workouts. Maya's complaining because he's a baby boy. And Maya, complaining about walking, goes, hey, Brad, what about your knee though? In a desperate attempt to blackmail us into stopping walking. And I went, my knee doesn't hurt. It doesn't ever hurt that badly. It's not a big deal. It's not a thing that has ever caused me significant pain, apart from when I injured it the 2 times it got injured when I was a teenager. Since then, it's pretty much never, ever been a problem. And he went, oh, all right, I guess we can keep walking then, so long as your knee's going to be all right. And jinxed my knee. Baby, yes. Never from walking too far has my knee hurt. My knee hurts because I bend it in weird ways, or I sleep on it funny, or I sit cross-legged for too long. It never hurts from being walked around on. Maya added new condition. Now it hurts when I walk on it for too long. Yes, Maya, you fucking tempted the gods and fate, and you've ruined my fucking knee. And I can't believe how much it hurt so badly last night. And then I slept all night, so couldn't sleep properly because my knee was hurting, and I had to sleep with it like perfectly straight, but I sleep on my side, so it's really hard to do. You know, you have to sleep like, I had to sleep on my left with my bottom leg straight and my right leg up and over it. So confusing to say. Couldn't sleep on my right hand side properly. The most uncomfortable sleep when you have to sleep on one side the whole night, and it starts aching, and it's the worst. And then I got up this morning and was like, I think my knee feels better. Stood up out of bed, doesn't feel better. Yes. And then immediately went, cool, still looking after my mum's dog. Not mine. I have to take it straight outside. So I have to go outside and walk, fucking hobble around the fucking block. Hobble around the block. My new album. Hobble around the block. Got a hobble because I got a massive cock. Oi, listen. So really fucking sucks. Honestly, I think it's going to be fine in a couple days. I think it wasn't hurt from walking. I think it hurts from doing way too many squats and then sitting on it in the worst possible way after doing 5 miles of walking. And my body isn't strong enough yet. My body is not strong right now because I got really, really sick last year, and I lost all my muscle mass, and you know, I've said it a million times, and so I've been slowly trying to rebuild my body, but I just, you know, when you're not functioning 100%, you're like, you know, you're doing the, hey Jarvis, what's my body functioning at?
23%, sir.
23%? Shit. Hey, can I do a whole workout, including squats, in order to rebuild that muscle mass that I've lost, and then also go on a 5-mile walk and then sit on my knee in a weird way?
You will die, sir. Error, error. Incomprehensible pain.
So I destroyed my fucking knee yesterday, and it really sucks today. So I've been hobbling around everywhere. Whenever, because to be honest, I have had these situations with my knee before, and really all I have to do is just leave it alone. The key is to leave it alone for 24 hours. Just don't bend it, don't use it, and hop everywhere. And it should be fine. So I think it will be, but my god, it's so annoying. It's so incredible. I do have a little leg brace thing, but it's kind of knackered, so I ordered a new one this morning. I didn't bother with it. It's not swollen. It's not a swelling thing. Well, I don't know. It might be swollen in there, but it doesn't. It just... I don't know what it is. Just don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. Okay? I'm not asking for help with it. I'm just telling you what's happening to me. Because I've had it for, and I don't know if you heard this part, 20 years. It's all good. I've got it. You know what I mean? Hey, Brad, this thing that you've been dealing with for 20 years, have you tried ice? Hey. You know the part where I said I've had this since I was 14? Do you think I've tried anything in that time? Do you think I've tried anything in that time? Or do you think I've tried everything and I figured it out? You know? You know what I mean? I'm just trying to help, man. Don't need it, though. You know, intuit that I don't need it, because I perceive other people helping me, unless I ask for it, as an attack. How many gift subs to get Brad and Iron Lung? I wouldn't mind a few gift subs today, because I did have to buy a new leg brace thing. It's not a brace, it's just a, you know, like a thing that you wrap around it. So the last one I got was like one of those, it's like a compression sock, but you just pull it up over your kneecap, you know? But it's kind of knackered now. So I've got, so I bought one that actually straps on. I bought a strap on. And I'm going to try that one, I think, this time. I very rarely ever need it and use it, you know? It's just every now and then. And you know what was annoying is the other week, when I hurt my knee, I was like, oh, I should get that. That was when I pulled out my old leg thing, strap, and was like, this thing it's just kind of weak now. And I was like, I think it's literally not going to do anything. So I just put it back in the drawer and went to myself, buy a new one today, and then didn't. Now I'm pissed. But I ordered it at 9 o'clock this morning, and it's arriving today, which is the best thing about being in England. It's the best thing about being in England. Arriving today by 10 p.m. So that's nice. So that's what I did yesterday. Destroyed myself. Now I can't walk, and honestly, I don't really want to be sat at this computer either, because it's basically the worst position to put my knee in. When I want my leg to be up and on a sofa, or just in a way, basically like leaning back and stretched out, and not sitting like. Me and Liam we can't do that much social time anymore, and we were chanting non-verbal on the way home, because we were so looking forward to going home and being non-verbal for the rest of the evening and not having to be social energy. I was supposed to have a whole day off yesterday, and instead went out for a full. We went to see West Ham. You know, me, Maya, and Liam got into a fight. Had a kebab. I got on the beers, and I just don't feel like I've had any rest at all. So I'm just gonna be an asshole for another week. Enjoy it. How was the Netflix DMC? It's fine. It's perfectly bum average. It's completely watchable. Slightly better than mid, but nothing you're gonna write home about. Greg has a fucking unbelievable, like a review. I messaged Greg about it this morning, and he sent me back a full-blown essay about it. And he was like, well, it's the Capcom lore. So basically, because it's the Capcom lore, it means this, this, and this. And because of this, this, and that, it would have been better if it was this. And I mean, it's okay if you're using the Capcom lore, but if you're using the original lore, and I was like, hey, Greg, I don't know shit about DMC. I liked it when he had a sword and a gun. I found it enjoyable. What I enjoyed about it the most is that the main villain is the character that Greg is playing in Oracle's Rest. And it's so funny because he was like, I'm going to make my character have like blue lightning on it. And, because he was like, I am the storm that is approaching. And then they literally just took that character and put it into their next anime thing. Greg is... loser, and I'm not, but I did like the music in the I liked that it had a sort of 90s aesthetic to it, and I like that it has lots of music by Power Glove. There's a couple of Power Glove remixes in there that I enjoyed. I quite like the animation. It's kind of a weird, it feels like a blend of like a traditional Western animation and an anime with like Limp Bizkit and Papa Roach playing for no reason almost, and then Power Glove versions of the songs. So there's a good version of Devil Trigger, and there's a good version of, what is Virgil's theme called? I always think it's called The Storm is Approaching or something, but it's not. It's called like, the Fifth Son of the Soul or something. What is that song called? Bury the Light. That's it. Yeah, there's a good version of that in it. Good music in it. But yeah, it wasn't like, when you're watching anime and you get cracked out on it. When you get cracked out on it. Like, anime is one of the most addictive forms of TV, I think, that you can watch. Starting the bot. The bot isn't working. I don't know why. The dice bot. We might not be playing D&D after all. Oh, there we go. When you're watching anime, for some reason, anime, sometimes an anime, it will be a crack cocaine of TV. I've never found anything to be as addictive as anime. The way that some animes will be so addictive, but then you won't remember a single thing that happened in it. That's the payoff with anime. It's so weird. You'll be watching something and you'll be like, this is the most addicted I've ever been to anything. And I was addicted to drugs. And, then you're like, I don't know a single thing that happened in that anime. Or maybe that's just me a little bit. I can't retain anime very well. Like what happened in it. But, I didn't really get cracked out on it, but I enjoyed watching it. I started watching a new one this morning as well, because I was like, I'm just going to have to sit on my sofa, I guess. So I've been sitting on my sofa all morning rather than doing anything because my knee hurts. And so I started watching... Shit, I have no idea what it's called. It's about music. Tact OP. Because I heard that it was partly produced by Mappa. So I was like, oh, I'm all over it. And then I started watching it and was like, this is a weird concept where they're using music to fight these creatures. Aliens come to the planet and they hate music. So then the whole world is like, stop playing music. And so there's no music in the world anymore. But if you play music, they come and get you. It's a bit like that movie with John Krasinski in it where they can't speak. And then they fight it with music. and an angel. They have an angel and music, I think, or something like that, and they fight with music. And I was like, this is so weird. This is like a mobile game. Guess what it is, guys? It's an anime tie-in for a mobile game. But it's animated really nicely. I actually dig the animation style so far. The first episode was pretty good. The second episode was nice because they didn't do the thing where they give you the flashback episode in episode 22. They give you the flashback episode as number 2, so you actually get the context of what's going on. And well, actually, it almost does that video game thing, I think, because I'm on episode 3. But I think it, you know, like in a video game where you start with all of the powers and then it goes back to the beginning and you work your way back up to that. I think it kind of did that. But yeah, it's called Tact OP. T-A-K-T. Now, what anime do I want to watch? I want to watch Old Divorced Man Wants to Become a Superhero Kamen Rider. There's an anime coming out that is called something about, it's basically an old man who's 40 something who wants to be a superhero. He wants to be Kamen Rider. Kamen Rider. Kamen. What am I doing, guys? Rider. Kamen. Rider. They're my favorite TikToks of all of them. But he wants to be Kamen Rider. What's it called? Wants to be Kamen Rider anime. Tojima Tanzaburo wants to be a Masked Rider trailer. Now we can't watch the actual thing, but we can watch a second of it. This is about this old man. Look, he is a 40-year-old man and he wants to be Kamen Rider. And so he goes to a store as being robbed and he puts on a Kamen Rider children's mask and then tries to stop the store from being robbed. And that is the anime I want to watch the most, and it doesn't come out for a long time. And it pisses me off. That's the one I wanted to watch, so I started watching Tact OP instead. My knee hurts so badly. You know when you just have a pain and all it does is go like this all day. Vroom, 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 vroom. And that is your body is just going pain located, pain located, pain located. It's not real pain either, it's just like ache. Throbbing ache. Her throbbing ache for him was unconfident. It's so annoying. Hi Penny, thank you for the 14-month resub. Patrick's crept in with a 70 as well, just to outdo Penny. Penny was very proud of that 14. So that was my weekend. Didn't rest. Didn't rest. I'm pissed. I'm pissed off. Strong enough pain that you can't quite forget about it for too long. Yeah, you're just aware of it all the time, you know. As long as it's gone by tomorrow, you know. That's my rule. You get a week max. 1 week maximum. And not a moment longer. Alright, so should we play some D&D then? We're going to do a little bit of D&D before at some point, I'm just going to get so unbelievably uncomfortable because my knee is hurting and I'm going to bitch about it to the point where no one's having fun. And we don't want to get there because no one likes the stream when I do that, even though I do that, what, every day? That's the whole... Interesting. Why are they subscribing? They just don't know what else to do. Alright. It's Stockholm Syndrome. D&D. D&D. D. Everyone type D&D in the chat. D&D. D&D. And then 3 people different people type non-verbal, 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 and then everyone else type D&D, 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 D&D. It is time once again to return. If you'll recall, if you will recall, I don't know why these imps are like this. I put a slight ring of fire on them to get rid of the ring of fire. What we do want is Lyri stealthed. You can barely see it. Okay, look. We need something that represents being stealth. Don't we? Outline. Glow. Blur. Inner fog could work. Waves. Ugly villain's aura. Turn into mystery man. Alright. Which one do we want? Maybe the character is stealthed. Stealthed. A bridge of imps. So you can see them. You know? If you will recall, chat, at the very end of the previous session, Lyri defeated the ghost of the Dretch. Only for you guys to roll, I believe it was currently invisible, next roll nat 20, magic item, demons, demons trapped, and encounter. Which means, at the end of the last session, chains wrapped around your legs. You immediately became invisible. And then imps. Tens of imps. Red, mottled skin imps with mangy black fur. One with a missing eye and a katana on his back. They appear all around Lyri, across this bridge. The leader, with one eye hidden under an eye patch, says,
After 10,000 years, I'm free.
And now we will reclaim the prison from Titivolus, the bitch.
The bridge ahead of you stretches across a chasm of molten fire, with screaming souls as your backing track. There are these sort of red hot iron chains around the length of the bridge, but also around your own legs. Imps flit through the smoke. You are invisible for now, but one wrong step could give you away. Your task is to sneak 80 feet across the bridge without being caught. You can accrue up to 3 failures before you're discovered, and the stealth attempt fails overall. You can move 10 feet per turn. After each turn, the enemies will have a thing that they do. And every 10 feet you move triggers a stealth challenge, which is a roll or a decision that could lead to a stealth failure. Do you understand? Sir. You must get across this bridge because you are on a quest. The quest is to complete Titivolus's quest, which is find a boatman. At the river Styx. Get a boatman. Okay. Time to move your first 10 feet. Roll a stealth check, please. You have +8 to your stealth. We can take the first roll this time. Also, remember, spinning the wheel is available to you for every 10 subs, which actually we need to do right now because we already have 10 resubs. Oh, a natural 20. Wait, you already have a natural 20 or not? I can't remember. A 20 turned into a 20. Let's spin the wheel and see what happens to you. Minor wish granted. Alright, you move 10 feet. Oh wait, no you don't move 10 feet. This isn't a stealth check. You have to break free of the... This was... This was a break free of the... I think instead of give you these options, because you now know you have a minor wish, you just pick up the chain. This is a natural 20. You don't need to make an athletics check. You don't need to come up with some smart way to break free of the chain that is wrapped around your foot. You simply break free of it. And you gain the item. Which is a the chain of death or whatever, right? What is it? Have you already got it? No. This is a tool. The chains of the damned. Which is a short length of rusted chain that emits a faint wailing sound when held. If wrapped around an object, it binds tightly on its own, but can be removed with a simple touch from the user. It recognizes you as the user. And is a magic item that can be equipped. But not yet, because item equip stuff is locked currently, because until we update Foundry. Well, not until we update Foundry, until I figure out how to make magic items in Foundry. Because it's bloody impossible. I tells you. Bloody impossible. That's bloody lovely. Alright, so the natural 20 is that you break free. So you haven't moved yet. You will have to do another stealth check to move 10 feet. But first, minor wish. What is a small wish that you would like to come true right now? It can be practically anything. If it's too powerful, I'll let you know. We'll see. We'll see. Infernal ham and cheese sandwich. Infernal ham and cheese sandwich. We're allowed more fails for this challenge. Become 6 feet tall. One of the enemies slips off the bridge. Teleport forward. Disguise self as imp. Imp gets a crush on you. We can move 20 feet on our first movement. Imps get distracted and have disadvantage to detect us. Alright, there's your minor wishes. What would you like? Monkey's paw is now in effect. The monkey's paw is now in effect for several of these answers. Thank you for the subs, my friends. I am really enjoying being sat at this desk. It is causing my leg to hurt so badly, and I was trying to think of a way to like make my leg be propped up, but I just don't think it's possible with this particular chair, and it's the worst. So it's just great, man. Really enjoying this experience so far. And I'm really looking forward to being the person who's running Deathless tonight. No doubt about it. I'm kidding. There is no Deathless tonight. I'm afraid. This is your only TTRPG experience for the day. Even if you have a game planned with your friends, if you've got a home game going on, or you were thinking of watching a different stream, I have put a call in to your DM and all the other streamers who stream D&D on a Sunday and had them. I've asked them not to play D&D for anyone if they see any of the names that appear in this channel today. So this is it for you. Debiru, thank you for the 5 gift subs. I will be putting that towards some deep heat, which is called icy hot in America. Ever put that on your achy knee? Oh, it feels good. Put it on your knees anyway. Go get some and put it on your knees anyway. You have chosen the most powerful monkey's paw of them all. Imps get distracted and have disadvantage to detect us, is what you want. Are you insane? You think I'm just going to give you that? Alright. Let's see how we can monkey's paw this. Let me look at the rules of the game. They might not even have to make a check, to be honest, so this might be completely irrelevant. I think it is. I don't think it does anything, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Let me double check. Yeah, irrelevant. You have to make checks. So, this does nothing. Yeah! Okay, so the imps do have disadvantage on searching for you. I don't need to add a monkey's paw to this. It's just that they don't make any checks to find you. I think, yeah, okay. All right. It's your turn. So this is how it goes. I remember now. I remember how this goes now. What does Leary do? Move forward 10 feet. This is a stealth check. Hold still. Advantage. On your next stealth check. Observe enemies. Perception, insight. Quick dash. 20 feet. Stealth. With disadvantage. What does Leary do? Round 1.
Round 1. Hi. Stealth.
What would you like to do?
No reason to observe.
You sure? Once again, you don't know what the game is. What does observing do? Justin, do you know what it does? Maybe it gives us better pathing, maybe. Yeah. Observing. Here we go. Roll me a perception or an insight check. Let's see what your best one is. I think it's perception, right? Because you have a thing. Yeah. Perception is a +5. Insight is a +1. So roll me a perception check. We can just take the first roll. A 19. 24. Okay. This means you know what they're about to do. 3. You observe this imp. Instead of rushing forward 10 feet, you observe this imp land in the spot that you would have been standing in. It flies with horrible bat-like wings, landing on its 2 little legs, and begins scanning the area around it. By observing this thing, you avoid it. Congratulations. This creature is, however, looking around. It pulls out an amulet and begins whispering into it. With impish, abyssal. Abyssal? I think they speak abyssal. Speech, it says. The amulet comes to life. A spell is about to be cast. What do you do? Move forward, hold still, observe, quick dash. Hold still, which gives you advantage on your next stealth check. The amulet lights up. A globe of sort of translucent energy extends out from this amulet. It is a detect magic spell. The imp starts looking around, spotting that there is varying pieces of magic in this area. Lyri is lit up as part of this, as identified on this little device as a piece of magic, like a sonar. But there are other pieces of magic that light up. The chains on the ground, some of the bricks here are enchanted. There is the corpse of a dretch, which has some magic within it. The imp says in abyssal, Jawas. Another imp further down the bridge says, I don't think you speak abyssal, right? You just have to drink that potion, which you didn't. This is a stealth check. You have advantage. However, the DC is 16. We take the higher of the next two numbers rolled. And you have advantage on this. Remember, you have a +8 to your stealth. First one is an 11. You've already passed the check. Let's see if you can get a 20. To try and sneak past these little imps. A 6. The imp begins investigating the magical brick. Canonically, how chihuahuas would speak if they could speak. This imp looks like a chihuahua. It's just a chihuahua on fire. You know what I mean? It's completely fine with it, but it's just a chihuahua. Literally, if a chihuahua could speak English. Okay, all right. Clears the path. What does Lyri do? Undetected. Unbroken. Unbarred. What does Lyri do? Imps being chihuahuas is the funniest thing you could ever do. If you DM a game, by the way, when they go to hell, if there's an imp that shows up, it's just a chihuahua, by the way. And they're like, huh? It's just a chihuahua. And you're like, no. Chihuahuas are imps. They're just pretending to be dogs. You ever seen a chihuahua, by the way? It's hilarious. That's not a dog. That's an imp. When they do that, and their teeth go all back. Their lips go back over their teeth. Nibiru, thank you for the 5 gift subs, my friend. I know it's expensive and I appreciate you. So you get 2 thanks. Oh, I was about to click it and I saw it shift from quick dash to just move forward 10 feet. Moving forward 10 feet. Stealth check. And yes, there's going to be a lot of stealth checks here. +8 though. Luckily for you, you have the item on the Cloak of the Hunter, which gives you proficiency on stealth and perception, right? No, expertise. And perception. Is that what I said? I'm a little bit tired. Slept quite poorly. And I'm trying not to be a bitch about it because I promised last week that I wouldn't complain about being tired this week. You remember when I was like, I promise we'll try and do a longer session or it'll be a better session because I don't feel very well and I'm tired and I had so much work to do. And then immediately went straight in and destroyed my fucking leg. That's better. That's better, isn't it? I just want them to be visible. You know? Maybe that's better. What does an outline do? Way too much. It's too much, isn't it? Imps. You see him? Little shit. By the way, my favorite demon by far. Oh, I love an imp, dude. I love an imp. Okay, the winning roll is a 4. The number to beat is based on enemy proximity. This imp is 10 feet away, so that is a DC of 14. No. Yeah. 16, 15, 14. 14. That's how it works. The DC is 16. -1 per 5 feet. So you fail. The imp with the detect magic turns around after hearing Lyri sort of move a few steps forward, and then there's like a, you know when you like your boot scuffs the a loose or a brick, a sort of a loose brick. It does that noise. It turns around looking. In the distance, in the center of the bridge, directly ahead of Lyri. The imp with the eye patch and the katana says, "You've accrued 1 fail. You have 3. Now the imps are going to do something. On a D4, it determines what they do. A 1. This imp is going to go in a random direction. It's going to fly 1, 2, 3 south and join the other imp. They begin having a conversation. The first imp, sort of hyper-vigilantly scanning the area where the invisible Lyri is, says, the second imp has lazily flown down to the area. He pulls out a Mars bar and unwraps it. Is what they say to one another. Roll me a perception check, please. Chat. You have to beat a 13. You wish you drank that potion now, huh? So you could understand what they were saying. I promise, by the way, I know what they're saying. In case you think I'm just making noises. In my head, they're having a full conversation. And in my head, it will stay. We'll take the first roll today for this game, which makes that a 4. Actually, that's not fair because I didn't tell you. It doesn't matter, but do it. Roll again. I'll let you roll again. But from now on, we'll take the first roll unless you have advantages and shit. Shit like that, you know. A 4 again. Incredible work, chat. This perception check was to see if there is a safer place to move to. But you fail. So you don't know. What does Lyri do? Move forward 10 feet. Hold still. Gain advantage on your next stealth check. Observe the enemies. Or make a quick dash. Phil, thank you so much for the 41 monther. 2 more subs and we'll spin that wheel. Will it be good? Will it be bad? Maybe it will be another wish. Maybe this time you won't squander it. Or maybe it will summon up a pit demon. We don't know. That's the fun of D&D. Digital Dan says, pings a coin at my head. He went like that. Ting! And it went, hit me dead in the middle of the head. And then there's a line of blood running down my nose. And I have to go like this. Thanks, Dan. Yeah, thanks, Dan. I appreciate the money. And then Nyanar just fucking pelted me with a coin. I feel like you'd get so much subs if every time... I'm going to set up a machine that pelts a coin at me every time you sub. Like a performing jester on the peasant streets of medieval London. And you can pelt coins at me. The old way. Right, you're going to do a quick dash with a disadvantage on your stealth check. 20 feet ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stealth check, disadvantage, and we're going to spin the wheel. Stealth check, disadvantage, chat. We take the first roll. Ooh. You do get a magic item. Do we have a magic item table in this yet? I didn't make it, did we? No, we have just normal items. Right? So we'll just do it this way. A 9. Get a potion of healing. You get a potion of healing. Which I think you already have one of, actually, don't you? Yes. 2 of them. Nice. Useful. Actually useful. A 6. What number did I say you had to beat? I didn't, did I? It is just... Oh, your DC is how far away it is. That one's 10 feet. That one's 10 feet. So it's 14 again that you have to beat. And you just do it. You just do it. This one is the leader of the imps. A small katana on his back. An eye patch over one scarred eye. He says, they do not see you. Barely. It's their turn. Another 1. This guy. Flies here. Flying down. And in front of where Lyri is. Blocking one of the ways through. What does Lyri do? Move forward 10 feet. Quick dash 20 feet. Hold still, observe enemies. The choice continues to be yours. What do you do? Observe the enemies. Give me a perception check. It's time to observe the enemies. To see what they will do next. Be one step ahead of them. Maybe. I mean, maybe going quicker was actually a better bet. You have 1 fail. You have 2 more fails before you are officially caught. You can fail 3 times, but if you fail 4, you're done. A 15. You observe them. The eye patch imp sniffs the air. If Lyri has moved more than 10 feet this round, you have to make a con save to stay absolutely still and not gasp from the danger. But you didn't. The demon says,
Madam.
the 2 demons beside him look at one another and say, The eye patch demon imp says. What does Lyri do? Please drink the potion. You had the chance to drink the potion all throughout last week's session and you didn't. Can't do it now, they'll hear you. Glug, 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 glug. Come on, dude. You're gonna pop the fucking pop of a potion and... You know what I mean? Cracking a fucking cola. Come on, dude. Grow up. Learn how to stealth. Can't be cracking a potion right now. All potions are carbonated and everyone knows that. Disadvantage on stealth, but at least we know what they say. Oh, I didn't realize that you were the DM. Sorry, Lolly. Are you the DM now? No. Sit down. The worst player at the table, by the way, 100%. Move forward 10. Okay. Stealth check it. Stealth check it. Now, you're going to have to go over here. I mean, I guess you could go this way. But ain't no one going that way. You're going this way. I know you're going this way. Because no one would ever pick the other way. You gotta go this way. Stealth check it, baby. Success. Enemy turn. A 3. This guy lands in front of you. He pulls out a magical amulet and begins whispering to it. The amulet begins to activate. What does Lyri do? Hold still, granting you advantage on your next stealth check. The detect magic amulet begins scanning the area within 15 feet around this imp. Like a sonar. Now it picks up multiple different objects. The imp shouts towards the leader again. The leader says, roll me a stealth check. You have advantage. You have to beat a 16. You have advantage. So do better than the 3 rolled by Insta Rage. Please. Or you have most certainly failed. A 5. abysmal rolling today. Abysmal rolling. The imp looks towards the area where Lyri is and starts scratching around. Another failure. What does Lyri do? You have 2 out of 3 fails. The imps close in around the source of the magic. Shadow says, "We can do this with money. Money is the only thing that can save us now." Secretly want to find us so we can get that katana. The katana is a toothpick for Lyri. It's an imp. It's smaller than a chihuahua. The katana is a toothpick for Lyri. Chicklet, what are you talking about, dude? Bro, go ask Ben Starr, dude. He'll let you know how it goes. He'll tell you what's good. He'll tell you the size of an imp in D&D. I need a new letter opener. That's what you say when you kill him and take the thing off of him. Shadow, thanks for the gift subs. Every 10 subs, we spin the wheel. Quick dash. The plan is to dash. Now, I'm guessing we want to go here. Here. Right? That was 10 feet. Stealth. Disadvantage. Go. And we spin the wheel. Thanks to Anonymous. Quadvantage. I'll give you quadvantage on the next roll. Or do you want it now? You have disadvantage. What did you roll? A 16. A 17. I'll give you it on the next roll. I'll allow it. Ah, just bend my knee. Yes, I forgot my knee hurt so badly and then bent it. Yes! Money made me forget. We almost had him distracted. He's in pain. Strike. Okay, so you roll a 17, yeah. You successfully dash out of the way of this imp who I think probably moves into the space where Lyri was.
False alarm.
You successfully make it past the imps with a quick dash. You have quadvantage on your next roll. Your goal is to get to here. So the first step there, 30 feet left of movement to make. Wizard, my son. Wizard hates me so much, by the way. Wizard every single day calls me up and goes,
Hey, do you know if you are going to fucking do what I have asked? I have downloaded 4,000 terabytes of stuff for you, and you have not even... Why you are not reply? Will you fucking reply to my message? I put all this effort into fixing your channel for you. Will you reply to my message?
and I don't reply. And hates me so much, it's unbelievable. Hates me so much, it's unbelievable. Welcome to working with me, by the way, Wizard. And thank you so much for the cold hard cash, my good friend.
Do not redeem.
Okay. Also, I don't know why it doesn't work. Honestly, Wizard just needs me to click one button, but that button doesn't exist, and I don't know why. Do you know? I have another theory, by the way, Wizard, but we'll talk about it later on. What did you do? Oh, it's the demon's turn. The imps. 1. One of the imps, 2 of the imps begin flying. Roll me a perception check to see if you can figure out where they are going to land to provide you with a safe next possible movement. You have quad vantage on this. Quad advantage. Roll 4 times. We take the highest one. You have to beat a 13. You have a +5. Yes, +5. 10. You've already done it. Keep rolling anyway. If you get a natural 20, something special will happen. 20s are special. And if you're a DM that doesn't... Does any DM in the world rule that 20s on a skill check aren't special? Come on. Grow up. Can you get a 20? Keep rolling. Ooh, a 19. Have you got one more? You know what time it is. The Devil May Cry intro. Which for some reason is Limp Bizkit rolling. Why? No, 10. A 19 it is. So you roll a 24. I was about to say 27. It's a 24. You are aware of the route which these 2 imps are going to fly to. They fly here and here, landing directly in front of you. Had you moved, if you'd failed this and moved, you would have walked straight into them. The imps land next to one another. The first one, who's wearing an AC/DC t-shirt, turns to the second one and says, the second one, who's wearing a very clean looking children's t-shirt with a unicorn on it, says, they begin to have a very in-depth conversation with one another.
Hell's bells.
It is your turn. What does Lyrie do? You have 1 failure left. What are you gonna do? Move forward. Okay, make me a stealth check. Really, you got to go this way or this way. They're about the same, so we'll just go this way. Begins creeping past. The two imps having a conversation. Brad, whoops. Stealth check, you have a +8. A 9. Then you have to beat a 16. Which means you're successful. It is now the demon's turn. A 4. I haven't done this one yet. What is a 4? The bridge shakes. Hellfire illuminates the area. The demons sort of scatter around. Would you like to duck for cover? Choice. Duck for cover. Stealth disadvantage. Take the damage. Con save. Bridge shakes. Hellfire. Chaos. Imps flying around. What would you like to do? You have a +8 on stealth. You have a +4 to your con save. The choice is yours. No, Orcish, you can't just do disguise self for every single thing. You have the Frostheart Orb on, and you have the Cloak of Expertise on Stealth and Perception, whatever it's called. A con save. Alright, make me a con save. You have a +4 on this. You've got to beat a 14. A 2. A brick hits you in the head. 1d4 plus 1 damage. 5 full, the maximum amount of damage. Struck by a brick. And that's all of your temporary hit points gone. Little line of blood running down the side of Lyri's face. Bits of the bridge are falling down. You thought it was going to be fire? Grow up. Grow up. Get hit by a brick. One of the other imps gets hit by a brick as well. Fail, and also nope, you're good. Okay, this doesn't happen because it wasn't stealth, it was the other one. We switch to the forge, yeah. Alright, what does Lyri do next? Fuck, what was the choices? What does Lyri do? Move forward 10 feet. Stealth. Check. Hold still. Advantage on next stealth. Observe enemies. Perception. Lets you know what they're going to do next. Quick dash. 20 feet. Stealth. At disadvantage. Disadvat. What do you do? Sorry, Orcish, did you mean foundry? Everyone point and laugh at Orcish for getting it wrong. What an idiot. Can't believe he got something slightly wrong on the internet. What a fucking... Forget it. Just unplug the router, Orcish, and never return to the internet again. How dare you get anything slightly wrong. Also, the Forge and the Foundry is the same thing. It's so embarrassing to be Plumrug right now and type something like that and you're wrong. Nothing worse than doing actually and getting it wrong. Oh. Oh. Imagine doing an actually and getting it wrong though. You know? Oh, that's so embarrassing. The router. The router. Hey. It looks more like the word route than route. Okay. You know the word that doesn't look like the word route? The word route for when you're routing something. Shut up, I'm tired. I've injured myself. Hazel, thank you so much for the cash. Good to see you, my friend. Moving forward, stealth. All right, make me a stealth check. You're going forward 10 feet. Almost there. 15 feet away. $15 feet. 17. Nice. Make it nice and easy. Sneaking forward. Absolute pure silence. Past the imps having a conversation. And that is when this imp pulls out an amulet and begins whispering to it. What does Lyri do? You're 15 feet away from the end. The imp is whispering into his amulet, about to cast a spell. What do you do? There's only one choice. There's only one choice here. There is 4 choices. You're not funny, Lolly. The problem with you, Lolly, is that there's a really good chance that you just meant that and wasn't making a joke. Quick dash. Okay, stealth, disadvantage. We take the lowest of the next 2 rolls. For you to dash out of here. You have a +8 to this roll. 13 and a 5. Another fail. You go skittering past. The imp rushes to the area where you were. However, you successfully escape the bridge. The imps, finally ready to begin their attack, gather around the eye patch imp.
It is finally time for us to take back the prison from Titivolus the bitch. Prepare yourselves, imps. We fight. We fight to the very last. If the man next to you falls, get back up and wipe it off, brush it up, walk it off. You're quoting the MCU? Shut up and fight.
They go flying in. Each and every single one of these imps is immediately killed by Titivolus within seconds. Each and every one of these imps is immediately killed by Titivolus within seconds. You earn XP. Now you have 3 fails, which is going to negatively affect how much XP you earn. You get 200 XP minus 50 minus 50 minus 50. You get 50 XP. Three fails. It comes up on the screen. On your HUD. Would you like to restart the minigame? You know? Oh, I think I could do better next time. I got 3 fails. I think I could do better. So you are at 260. As you escape the imps and head to the river Styx. Well, you're not really at the river Styx yet. And head into hell.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
Back to hell. Okay. Here we are once again in hell. Now that was still not part of the quest. The beginning of the quest comes up on the screen. Because you are on a quest, remember? The quest is the River's Toll. Quest given to you by Titivolus. He said, if you will recall, is this his voice? What's his voice? This one? No. This one? This one? No. This one? Good God, what was his voice? This one. He said,
the ferryman at River Styx has refused my coin, which is unacceptable. Go and uncover the reason and correct it. I don't care how.
so you must confront the ferryman of the River Styx and discover why he has defied infernal payment. You may resolve the problem through force, trickery, or diplomacy, but first you must travel there. A good amount of time passes as you follow each of the bridges. You must walk all the way back to where you started, back to that crossroads where you were first awoken. and then continue traveling north to the exit of the bridges that kind of lead to these parts of the held prison and the headquarters and stuff. Making your way it was like several hours, I think we said, of walking. Hey, trust me, don't do it. Bad knee. Before you finally make it to the gate, the exit gate of the bridges that lead to the held prison. Insane, the heat here. The heat is unbelievable. Leaving the held prison, it actually gets hotter as you step out into true hell.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
And you can hear all sorts. There's a constant wailing and moaning of souls. There is sort of distant war horns that echo across the cracked, barren, blasted landscape. And there are several routes that seem like they would navigate through this place, but you are specifically looking for a river, the river Styx. Give me a perception check, please. I'll take the second roll for this one. Perception check. And a spin. Okay, here we go. Thank you, Durky Dirk. Oh, I didn't see that. That's why. I didn't even appreciate your hard-earned money, Durky. You have quadvantage on this. So keep rolling 4 times. We'll take all 4 numbers, the highest one. Quadvantage, you have a +5. Durky, thank you for the gift subs. Debiru, thank you for the gift subs. That spin courtesy of Hazel, Debiru, and Durky. And maybe Wizard. I don't know if Wizard was in the old spin or the new spin, but we'll let him have it. 4 times for this perception check. And we take the highest one as you travel the plains of hell.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
A 19, so a 24. Oof, so close to a 20. A 20 would have been very useful here. Lyri's Asimar eyes begin scanning the landscape. There are seemingly a few sort of routes that could be taken, but in the distance there is particularly liquid fire, lava, liquid fire lava, running and flowing like water, burning, boiling, and orange water, moving like orange soda. A sneeze from behind you. You turn around and a ghost sneezes twice and then smiles and vanishes. There's a route that Lyri is able to kind of make out from a slightly elevated position. There is a road that leads and winds down in sort of, now that you're aware that this is north, you can see that it sort of paths east-ish. There is many flying creatures moving around above this path, almost like patrols. They might be devils, they might be demons, they could just be monsters, they could be devils that are linked to Tivolus, they could be separate. It's hard to tell. However, a different route is possible. You could make your way down that path, or you could try and make it through what looks like a sort of sulfuric swamp. There is an area that seems to be set aside from this road that would keep you out of the view of these demons, these creatures, these devils, these flying beasts. But you would have to make your way through a sort of bubbling, hellish mire. Which route do you take? Sorry, which route does Lyri take? The path. The mire. The choice is yours. Is our potion still going? The invisibility potion? No. How long does it last? An hour, right? Yeah, it's been several hours. Would you like to drink a different potion? Potion seller. Don't mind me, I'm gonna hobble over here for a second. Oh my god, and then awkwardly sit down. I fucking destroyed my knee yesterday. And I'm gonna eat this snack. The path, they scream. We figure out a way to see which things you have equipped. Which potion do you have equipped right now? Potion of healing. You remember? You want to equip a different one of these potions? Yes or no in the chat room. Don't you walk every day with your husband? I do, but we walked. I did squats. I did squats and then I did a 5-mile walk. But honestly, I think I just sat on it weird last night. Yes. Equip which potion? You can only have the ones that are available in Foundry. Your equipment locked at the moment, or equipment limited. The elixir of unholy speech lets you speak abyssal and infernal. The potion of clairvoyance, which lets you put a little. You gain the effect of the clairvoyance spell. I don't know what that does. You create an invisible sensor that you can see through somewhere. Potion of invulnerability, which gives you resistance to everything. Or potion of healing. Which potion do you equip? Hello, Keeper. You've arrived just in time for the beginning of the quest. And my snack time. It's snack time for me. And also, maybe some more painkillers because I've destroyed my knee. I have no great story for why I destroyed my knee. It just hurts really badly. Potion of invulnerability. Equipped. Very nice. All right. Theory begins making their way down this path. After a good 20 minutes or so of travel, you lose that sort of advantage of being slightly elevated and being able to see the landscape, and it begins to encroach on you a little further. There are hills of cracked black stone and ash that build up on either side, and there are little rivulets of fire that run down. The sky above you is just an endless roiling mass of cloudy ash and smoke. You can see ahead of you these flying creatures, but let's have a perception check to see if you can make any more detail out on them as you get closer to these patrols that are clearly moving around above this road. Shadow with the preemptive 5 gift subs there. We are about to die. Here's money. Thank you, Shadow. Appreciate you. Thank you, everyone. We'll take the second roll. Sorry. I just wanted to do the first roll every time for the mini game because I knew we'd be doing a lot of rolls to get through it. Keep rolling. Give it the subs, everyone. Every 10 subs we spin that wheel and random stuff happens. Most of it is good, but some of it could be treacherous. Perception check. Give a +5. A 19. Okay. Now, what was that rule that I liked? That you don't roll a nature check for unnatural things. But what do you roll instead? Arcana? Investigation? History? Do you remember? Who was there for that one? It's a nature check for natural creatures, but it was a different check for creatures of abnormal origin, right?
Abnormal oranges?
It doesn't ring a bell for me. Why do you guys hate me so much? Let me see if I can find it. There was like a... It's an Arcana roll. Alright. Fiends and monstrosities. Oh, some monstrosity. Aberrations. So this is an Arcana check. Please, you have a -1 to this. Yeah, there you go. Planes of existence. Go. Roll a d20. You're making an Arcana check to determine if you know what this creature is. You can see what it is, and I will give you a description of it, but let's see if you know what it is. You have a -1 to this check. We're taking the second roll. An 11. A 10. You've never seen these creatures before. What they look like to you are winged porcupines. They have spines that run down their backs, down their wings, down their arms. They fly around with tridents in their arms and long tails. Their faces twisted like an evil lizard-like porcupine, and they're flying back and forth, shouting in their own language that you definitely cannot understand. They are sort of gliding around, and clearly they are, for sure, they are doing some sort of watch or patrol of this path. What does Lyri do? Options from the chat room. How do you progress down the path? You can just walk along. Continue walking. You can run. You can try and sneak past the patrol. Any other options in the chat room? Chug the potion. Any other options from the chat room? Go ahead. Type them in, any creative option. Is there anyone in here? Are any of you going to watch Spider-Man tomorrow? No, bro. We are not. Oh, okay. That's it? Alright, there's your options. Continue walking, run, try and sneak past the patrol, or chug the potion. The potion of invulnerability that will give you 1 minute of resistance to all damage. Okay. Sneaking. I get more sneaking. Looking about and sort of eyeing up the path ahead of you, you recognize that the hills and the cracked bits of rock are shaped like giant skulls. Lyri realizes that they would be able to sneak into the mouth holes, the eye sockets, the nasal holes of the Skull Hills. This is the cracked road of skulls, after all, unbeknownst to Lyri. The spined creatures flying about overhead fly past, shouting and barking orders at one another in infernal. They fly away. Lyri dashes in, hiding underneath one of the hills here. A moment passes before the sound of spined creatures landing above where Lyri is. The sound of wings again as they take off and fly away again. Please roll me a stealth check. Preparing to sneak back out and dash across the road again to the next area that Lyri might hide in. It is time for a stealth check. You have to roll higher than a 13. You have a +8 to this. So you only got to roll a 5, right? Yeah. You take the second roll. There's a 5 right there. But we're taking the second roll. A 16. Waiting, timing it perfectly between the flights of these creatures, listening to their voices as they trail off. Lyri darts out, running across the road, sliding in underneath the next area where the creatures fly above. Another dash, and Lyri thinks they'll probably be free of the area where these creatures are patrolling. One last big dash. Stealth check. Gotta beat a 13. The creatures fly overhead. The time is almost right. A dash to the next hole. Wow, was that a natural 20? The creatures fly above. Lyri, without making a single sound, almost as if levitating at great speed, darts across the road, slides around a corner and tucks themselves in under a hole. The creatures fly above, none the wiser that something is dashing between these holes in the hills. as the creatures fly over. They fly past, but something falls off of the neck of one of these creatures. Around their necks, each of them has a little sort of necklace made, sort of very crude necklace with all these little golden pieces on. One of the golden pieces falls from the creature, lands on the road, back where you came from. Would you like risk another stealth check to claim the item? You can do another stealth check, dash back and grab that thing if you would like. As the creatures fly past, they don't realize they've dropped the thing. The choice is yours. Okay, give me that stealth check. We'll take the second roll. Before they fly back, in the distance, Leary just dashes out. Fuck it. Skittering along the path, attempting to claim the little item that has landed. A little something. Take the second roll. You gotta beat a 13. What's it gonna be? 5 more subs and we'll spin the wheel as well. No. No. Did you just roll a 1? Sabiro. Did you guys just roll a 20 and then a 1? You want to spin that wheel? Ravioli's like, watch this. Ping! Let's see. Maybe the wheel spin will save you. Thank you, Ravioli. Thank you, Shadow. Will they save you? Ravioli and Shadow. Hellfire.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
You are spotted. Spotted by the creatures. The two spined creatures suddenly separate, arc around, and begin flying straight towards you. At that exact time, there is some hellfire. Roll me a d20, chat. Let's see what happens in the hellfire. It's possible the hellfire will help you, by the way. Hellfire is random. Hellfire is a random, unpredictable D20 effect. As in a rollable table D20. D20 rollable table effect. We'll take the first number. A 14, Debiru. A skeletal hand reaches briefly from the ground. And then it turns to dust. As it does so, it does this. Gives you the finger. No effect, just rude. The spined devils are racing down towards you. They pull their tridents out. They aim them towards you. Lyri grabs the golden thing off of the ground. It's a sort of a semicircle of gold. Sees the spined devils. What does Lyri do? Run. Fight. Possible other options from the chat room. Suggestions in the chat room if you would like. Anonymous, thank you so much for the 5 gift subs. Oh, brother, I would like to win with money, please. It is possible. It is possible. Hide. Run while giving the finger. Chug that potion. Win D&D. Those are your options, I guess. All right, away you go. Run, fight, hide, run while giving the finger, or chug that potion. You may also choose the option to win D&D. Sometimes it might work. They are flying towards you. You are currently at 36 out of 36 hit points. You have all 3 uses of Second Wind and an action surge available. Running while giving the finger. The spined devils launch themselves towards you. A spined devil, by the way, looks like this, since we're here now. These 2 of these things flying towards you. Large wings. Tridents in hand. Lyri looks up and says, oh, bugger it. Gives them the finger and starts running. Guys, make me an athletics check, please. An athletics check. You have a +3 to your athletics checks. Don't you have some bullshit for athletics? Some of this stuff I have longed off, but I think I said the athletics thing was okay, right? Remarkable athlete. Thanks to your athleticism, you have advantage on initiative rolls and strength athletics checks. You have advantage. We'll take the second high, both rolls. 12. Can you beat a 12? Can you beat a 12? Let me pull up a spined devil. Spined devil. The spined devil. This is the fingers mix of the encounter's theme. If you would like to go and follow Fingers, he does some incredible work and is a close personal friend. What'd you get? A 12, making that a 15. Here we go. Let's see if they can beat a 15. The first one rolls a 4. The second one rolls a 12. Leary starts running. And it's like the Flash. Why does he run like that? In the movie. Why does he run like that? He starts running. I mean, she starts running. They start running. Every pronoun. Starts running. Like the Flash. Leary's gone. Rushing down this path. It winds, it turns, it bends. The creatures are following, giving flight. Eventually, you see Leary gaining distance on them. The creatures seem like they don't want to continue going too much further. They pull up their tridents and they launch them. 2 tridents coming in towards you. I want 2 dexterity saving throws, please. You have +4 to these. Roll twice. We'll take both of them. +4. Dexterity saving throw to dodge out of the way. This is like a level of Sonic Adventure. Sonic when you're running down the hill game. 3D. Sonic 3D. Sonic, the one where you were on rollerblades. A 14. What is this? +4. A 14 is enough. The first trident launches past. Leary sort of running does one of those like slot anime movements where they kind of turn slightly like this, and the trident strikes the ground in front, and then you rolled an 8. I think actually still makes it. You might make it here. Nope. However, avoiding one of them, the next trident strikes. And this, my friends, may hurt. Or it may not. That is 4 piercing damage and 1 fire. So you take no fire damage. You're invulnerable. Yeah, you're immune to fire damage. The trident... Leary dodges out of the way of one of these tridents. The second one glances across Leary's side. There is a burst of flame and sparks and embers rush up from this thing. It strikes Leary, hits the ground, clatters to one side. Leary, bleeding from the side, runs around the corner. Gaining the distance on these spine devils as they shout. You escape the spine devils. You take 4 piercing damage. 32 out of 36 HP currently. After running a little further, making sure that they're completely free of this threat, Leary stops. A little blood running from the side, winces, and you are free of it. Would you like to heal that in some way? Your options would be to use a potion. You can use one of these potions if you want. Potion of healing, which will do 2d4 plus 2 hit points, or you could use one of your second winds. Yes or no in the chat room. If it's split, we'll pull it to a real vote. Would you like to heal in some way? You also have healing hands, actually. You can touch a creature and cause it to regain a number of hit points equal to your level, which is 4, which is the amount you lost. Would you like to use healing hands to heal 4 HP? Separate vote. Because that seems nice. That makes my OCD feel nice. Yeah. Okay. Let's use that. Let's use that one. Leary places a hand to the side, familiar with this kind of a wound, I think, and looks down. The wound is closed up. It's not pretty. It never is. but they do have a slight heal ability. Okay. The river Styx now lies a little further ahead of you. However, you must choose once again which direction you would like to go. Ahead of you is endless, cracked, scorched earth. In some places, there are these flame cyclones that are lifting up. But mostly, it seems pretty deserted ahead of you. You know from your position further uphill that pretty much directly ahead of you across these plains is where that river was running through them. You just need to make your way across there. It seems like just a sort of a straight stretch of brutal but mostly deserted, cracked plains. However, you do recognize a little further in the distance that if you were to kind of take a little longer to avoid, or I guess maneuver away from the position you're in and position yourself a bit further along the road, there is a caravan route, a sort of broken trade route that was probably once used by devils before this place was completely just decimated to time. You see signs along that road of sort of ancient conflict and maybe like ruined carts and stuff. Two options, really. Two options. Which route? Straight across the blistered plains. Or make your way to the caravan route. Which way would you like to go? Make your way to the caravan route. Okay. Taking a little longer. By following further along this path, you're able to circumvent a good amount of the blistered plains and make your way over to the caravan route. Walking along this path, it widens out into this ancient roadway, which is pretty much completely abandoned. You can see all of these different broken carts and all of this ancient stuff. Give me an investigation check. See if you find anything along this path. And then Give me an investigation check. Your investigation is -1. Thank you for the 2 gift subs. Shadow the Wreck God. 3 more and we'll spin that wheel. Take the second roll. Oof. A natural 20. Walking along, there is a glimmer of light. Lyri glances and blinks and recognizes that there is half of a coin sort of wedged in and hidden under one of these ruined caravans. This thing is pretty well disguised, but as you're sort of moving through these caravans, this ancient caravan route with all of these broken down wagons and carriages, you're able, just by pure sort of luck and chance, to make out the coin. Do you take the coin? Yes, no. Yes. You have 2 halves now of a thing known as a soul coin. A very large golden coin. A soul coin. You have 2 of them. 2 halves of a soul coin. You continue down the path safely. There is an emptiness to this land as you progress further, traveling down this caravan route. After some time, you arrive at the river Styx. The sort of constant liquid lava churning like water. The screeching of souls is louder here. The wailing, you know, the classic sound of souls in hell wailing, much louder. And as you get closer to the river and begin to walk alongside it for some time, you recognize that while it does look very similar to like pure liquid fire and lava. Not that slow-moving, thick, stodgy stuff that you wouldn't fall into, but a watery, churning and bubbling flame. There is an oil to it and a blackness to it as well that stretches kind of endlessly ahead of you, seeming as if it comes from one side of the world and ends at the other. It stretches out beyond sight, but after walking along the boiling River Styx for some time, a sort of warped dock comes into view, extending out over this river. Standing at its edge is a single individual. A very simple looking wooden boat that is not being burned, that is not seemingly affected by the flames of the liquid lava fire beneath, sits on the river. It is a plain and basic looking wooden boat. And then you see an individual sort of clad in a single red robe, staring out and looking across the river back to you as you get closer and closer and closer, even as you step onto the dock itself. Skeletal hands clutch a single wooden pole. This is just a straight up skeleton man. The ferryman stands with their back to you. What does Lyri say to the ferryman? Now, a reminder, your quest is that the ferryman at the River Styx has refused Titivolus's coin. Titivolus said, go and uncover the reason and correct it. I don't care how. Yoo-hoo. Introduce self. Penny for your thoughts. My name's Lyri Rice, to meet you. No, I'm not doing it. How's business, ferryman? Greetings. I have questions. Nice day for fishing, isn't it? Greetings, boatman. Hi, salvage bar. I'll set you up in a second. I've been sent by Titivolus. I can't remember if that's how you spell it or not. Currently, you are in hell. The character has been killed and sent to hell. Your quest at the moment is to speak with the ferryman, the boatman, on behalf of a demon, a devil that has sent you on a task, and then also escape hell with your partner Snotflap. Not partner, but comrade Snotflap. Holy shit, this one. This is what I want, this. I'm breaking of hell. My dad can't control me.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
So, you've just arrived at the ferryman's dock, and the question is, what do you say to the ferryman as you arrive? You arrive here. We have an evil character? No. No, you came down here with an evil character though. Leary walks up and says, nice day for fishing, isn't it? Which, by the way, is insane. But this was the option that you chose. Bew, thank you for the cash. You want to spin the wheel just as you say, just as these words leave the character's lips. We spin the wheel and something random will now happen. Whew. You simply get an item. Roll me a d20, chat. Roll me a d20, you get an item. Oh wait, no, we have the thing in here, don't we? Never mind, hold on. Don't roll a d20. You have an item table. No, roll me a d20. Yep, keep rolling. Keep rolling, you get an item. Just a normal item. A 15. This is so appropriate, it's unbelievable. I think you already have this item actually, but it's so unbelievably appropriate that we've got to allow it. You know what? I know what we'll do. Vaguely turning towards you, only slightly. Only slightly. I can't control this because it's not actually in the thing. The ferryman says,
Already ferried you.
turning back, the ferryman says,
Nice set of dice.
the bone dice that are in your inventory become enchanted by the ferryman. These are now enchanted bone dice. Once per day. Well, once per long rest. We never know what day it is. When you roll these dice, you can determine the outcome beforehand. And that's just by being in close proximity to a bone man. He says,
Already ferried you. What do you want?
what do you say back? What do you want? He says. What do you say to the ferryman? I've been sent by Titivulus to ask questions about the thing. Explain the quest plainly. Depends on what you're offering. What currency do you take? Passage to the land of the living for me and one other. Show it our bone dagger. I want to find a way out? Or do you say the 1982 film The Thing? Let's play a nice game of chess for it. I'm sorry that you were slightly too late before your message appeared, but that was... I get it. And then you're going to get in a phone box. What do you say? To the ferryman. Explain the quest plainly. Lyri says, I've been sent by Titivolus. He wants to know why you refuse his coin. The form shifts again slightly towards you and then looks back out towards the river. The ferryman has no eyeballs, but there is a flash of fire across the eyes as he says,
I do not ferry for devils. Not anymore. Their contracts burn false.
What does Lyri do next? I don't like that Eldritch Blast. He's different, I promise we're in love. He's actually a really sweet guy. Ask what in particular brought his stance about on it. What can I do to ensure him? But I'm no devil. Which devil betrayed you? There you go. There's your options. Ask what in particular brought his stance on it about. Lyri does so. Give me a persuasion check. If any bullshit, you don't, right? Immunity to curses. So persuasion is a +3. Exclamation point, roll d20 in the chat room. And we'll take the second roll. You'll be pleased to know, April. on that devastating 4. A 9, bringing that up to a 12. He says,
I am bound to neutrality and cosmic law. For eons, I have ferried souls, devils and damned alike. So long as the toll was paid and the river untainted. The river at this crossing burns with conflicting energies, celestial sorrow and infernal corruption. The presence of angelic essence makes the Styx dangerous to those purely of fiendish blood. Contracts signed with devilish lords become unstable. Devils vanish mid-crossing.
as Leary watches and speaks to the ferryman, he holds his stick up and taps it to the top of the river. As he does so, veins of pure white light begin to run across the surface of the river, twisting through the black and oil and fire. There is this constant moving set of very thin white veins. The ferryman says,
With your bloodline, you can see beneath the Styx the tears of a fallen angel have seeped into the waters. Captured during the Blood War, tortured for centuries until she cast herself into the Styx to escape. Her weeping soul dissolved into the current. Her final emotions, remorse, defiance, and sorrow, still echo below. A sacred impurity in the infernal current. Here, at this crossing, all devils remain. No devils will return.
the ferryman brings the staff back and the veins of light sort of vaguely vanish. What does Leary do? In the corner of your HUD, you see a tick. You have your answer for Titivolus. An angel has ruined this part of the Styx crossing. No devils can travel the river Styx, and no devils can go back or come to this part of hell. Essentially, any devils that are here are trapped here. So what does Lyri do? Can her soul be channeled out of the river somehow? So you are neutral figure. Interesting. You ferry the good and evil alike. How can we fix the impurity? So it wasn't intentional. We have an infrastructure issue. How can I free my kin? Sing down, down, down by the river. Alright, there's your options. What do you want to say to him after he tells you why he is not accepting Tativolus or any other devil's coins at this part of the river? You say, can her soul be channeled out of the river somehow? And then you produce the two halves of a soul coin. The skeletal form once again sort of turns partly towards you, glancing, you sense, at the coins. And the ferryman says,
I suspect, but I know not how. The coins are for travel.
He sort of turns once again to the river and says,
In exchange for the soul coins, I will ferry.
He glances down at the river and says,
How one would remove the celestial source, I know not. But it is the only way I can ferry devils again.
what does Lyri do? Have to remove the source. Well, your quest was to find out why he is no longer ferrying devils, basically. But if you want to heal the river, then yeah. Head back to Tativolus. Bring me to the source. I will consult Tativolus about this issue. Thank you for your assistance. See you later. Alright, there's your options. Bring me to the source. Leary says, "Bring me to the source." The ferryman says,
It will cost 1/2 of a soul coin. Are you sure you wish to make the journey alone?
travel to the source? Yes. Alone. No. Are the options that come up on your HUD. You know when you're playing a video game and it comes up and says travel alone or no, and you're like, I think there's a hidden third option here that I haven't unlocked yet. No. Leary says, wait a moment. Travel back to Titivolus? Yes, no. Maybe. Can you repeat the question? It's coming back as well, isn't it? Yes, they scream. You part with the ferryman, heading back along the river Styx, maneuvering back along the caravan route, dashing underneath the Spine Devil patrol, making your way back to the prison along the bridges and returning to the prison itself. Stepping into the prison, glancing down at Snotflap, whose big blue eyes follow you across the room with a devilish grin of his own, you see Titivolus, this form at the center of the room. Thanks, Gabe. It's Bew, by the way. Kind of just floating in place with his huge wings, his sword at one side, his pale skin. He watches you enter with his dark eyes. Thanks, Salvage Bar. And he says, I think Leary just explained. Well, do you explain truthfully? Yes or no in the chat? Or would you like to frame it in any certain way? Do you explain truthfully what you learned? Yes or no? If you don't, I'll figure out what that means. We can do another vote. Yes. Yeah, explaining the sort of the quest and what the ferryman said. I think Titivolus listens, and towards the end, a sort of smug curl to his lip as he says,
I gave you a task, and you returned with results. How efficient. Perhaps I have another task for you. But first, you gain my favor. Would you like to accept a personal boon from me, or your friend's life?
Accept a personal boon from Titivolus or free snot flap. Aqua Snakes, thank you so much for the subs. I'll spin the wheel in a second. You choose to free snot flap. Titivolus' smile widens and he says,
How very undevilish are you? Very well.
with a flick of his wrist, the cage in front of Snotflap opens up. The little companion of yours leaps out. His sort of blue fur, shaking it a bit like a dog. He says,
Aha! After 10,000 years, I'm free! Okay, you bitch. I'm gonna fuck you up now. Get over here, you asshole!
he comes running towards Titivolus, launching himself, porting through the air. He launches himself at Titivolus. Would you like to stop Snotflap from attacking Titivolus?
You little motherfucker! Your ass is mine! I'm gonna get you, you little bitch!
Ah! Opens his mouth as wide as he can. Lyri throws a chicken in front of Snotflap. So like a piece of roast chicken, and he goes,
I'm gonna kill you, you motherfucker!
a chicken flies in front of him, and he goes, oh, grabs the chicken, flies through the air, lands on the ground, and just starts eating it. Lyri says, no attacking the devil, okay? I mean, I've just barely got you out of that cage. He would have cut you in half.
Yeah, no, I wasn't really gonna bite him or anything.
You don't need to roll an insight check. He was going to bite him. Titivolus watches this with that sort of smug grin on his face. It comes up and says, Snotflap has joined the party. As you regain Snotflap, Titivolus says,
Well, you are free to go if you would like. However, perhaps you would like to follow up with another quest.
you gain 300 XP from this quest. You know, you're at 3,260 XP. You'll get 500 if you accept another quest from Titivolus. The rules are, you have to accept the quest.
The rules are, you have to accept the quest before I give it to you. And this is a
he says. Accept the quest? Yes. No. You are free to go. You do not have to accept this quest. But you can take a quest that will grant you 500 XP on completion. As well as an XP you get from killing things on the way. Yes. You accept the quest. Lyri says, what the hell? We're here anyway, we might as well. Titivolus's smile widens and he says,
Return to the river. Give the ferryman the coins. Travel to the celestial source and corrupt it. Corrupt it to my will. And that is where we end
today's session. Corrupt the source is the new quest. Corrupt the source. Alright. I have to make notes for this shit at this point. I'll be honest with you, this is the best. This is better than anything I have planned for my actual main D&D campaign. I know you've got a wheel spin. A binding contract. You have to do it. You gotta do it. You know I had to do it to him. Let's see how you'll start next week. Corrupt the source, quest updated. Are we the bad guys? Devils. I know exactly what that means, by the way. I know exactly what that means, baby. Ooh, I know exactly what it means. Guys, tune in next Sunday for more D&D in hell. Do you like D&D? Do you like being in hell? Well, now you can. It's D&D on Sundays. D&D in hell. Thanks for playing. Thanks for watching. I hope you had fun. If you did, great. If you did, great. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Anybody that gifted subs. And reminder, if you like watching D&D, we have a whole D&D channel on Table Story. I run a show on Tuesdays that's just started, so you can catch up and be there for the next episode on Tuesday at 7 p.m. UK time, which is 2 Eastern. Side quest.
Side quest.
There is an episode available You can find it on YouTube, you can find it on Apple, you can find it on Spotify, you can find it on Audible, you can find it on Twitch if you want to watch that. And those of you that are watching Table Story regularly, there is no episode of Deathless tonight. Obviously PB has been a bit MIA lately because she's hurt herself. She's hurt her back. So send all of your love. Go give her an offline sub. Put her mind at ease. And Deathless, I'm sure, will be back by next week. But we're taking the week off from Deathless this week because she'll die if she has to do it. I'll be back tomorrow. We're going to do Spider-Man tomorrow. And we'll do more of this next week. Thanks for watching, everyone. Appreciate you. I'm going to go and put my leg up. I literally cannot believe that I've destroyed my knee so badly. I'm going to go and put my knee... Oh, no. You know what I've got to do? I've got to cook dinner. Fuck, dude. Who wants to cook dinner for me? Hey, who wants to cook dinner? Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace. Bye.